Good morning, my dear friends. Once again, I'm in front of you to talk on very important subject. That is, what stops us from speaking English? Yes, my dear friends, what stops us from speaking English? Very simple answer is there. We don't speak, so we can't speak. What I say? We don't speak, so we can't speak. What do you think about this? Yes, do you agree with me? Absolutely. We don't speak, so we can't speak. Usually, what we do, just we start to give the reasons. Just we start to give your just excuses. What reasons we give? Very first, we say, I don't know the grammar. And then how can I speak? I don't have vocabulary. Then how can I speak? I don't have anybody around me to speak. Then with whom shall I speak? But yes, my dear friends, there is a remedy on all these issues. Remember, any language, yes, I agree. We should know the structures, we should know the grammar. But remember, we developed our mother tongue without any grammar. We developed our national language, that is Hindi, without learning any grammar. Then how we have developed these languages? Just by speaking. So remember, what is the natural phenomena of learning any language? Natural phenomena is listening. Listen more, speak more. So very simple thing it is. As we listen more, we can speak more. But the problem with us, we don't listen. Just keep complaining. Just speak. Just keep complaining. Yes, my dear friends. What about the grammar? Now tell me, if you want to learn driving the car, really do you learn the grammar of that? Do you learn all the aspects of that on the blackboard or the whiteboard? Answer is no. If you want to learn swimming, what we do? Do we learn the grammar of the swimming or do we go directly in the water? Remember, without going in the water, how can we learn swimming? Isn't it? Without sitting on the cycle, how can we learn to drive the cycle? Without sitting on the steering seat, how can we drive the car? Answer is, we can't drive. So, the suggestion to all of you, don't worry about the grammar. Start with the words. Start with the sentences. Start with the simple, imperative sentences. We can start like this. Come, go, speak, eat, eat now. Even these simple sentences, simple words can make you fluent one day. Because without starting, how we can get the speed? At first, we have to start. We have to begin. I'm sure we are going to get the control on that. One more complaint that frequently we do, and that is vocabulary. Really, my dear friends? Do we have the problem of the vocabulary? Most of the people, most of the students will give me the answer, yes, we have the problem of the vocabulary. And if the vocabulary is not there, how can we speak? One more, my question is to all of you. Do you understand? Whatever I speak in English now, 90% answers are yes. Then what is the problem of vocabulary? If you can understand what I am speaking, if you can understand what is going on the television, if you can understand what he or she is speaking in English, then how can we complain about the vocabulary? No. That is not the problem of the vocabulary. Again, there is the problem of beginning. There is the problem of speaking. My dear friends, in vocabulary, there are two types of the vocabularies. Number one, active vocabulary. And number two, passive vocabulary. Remember, if we don't use that language, if we don't speak that language, but one thing is there, we read, we listen somewhere, we write that language. If I ask you to write in your notebook 100 lines, you can write without 10 minutes. If I ask you to read, you can read it very fluently. If I ask you to understand whatever somebody is speaking, you can comprehend that, you can understand that. But the problem is of the speaking. Why? The reason is we don't do that. To write, we write. To read, we read. But what happens when we want to speak? We don't speak. Even if we want to speak, we write, we read. But we forget the major skill, that is speaking. If you want to drive, you start driving. But you forget, if you want to speak, you start writing. Then tell my friends, how can we really speak? By writing, by reading. So my suggestion to all of you, if we want to speak, first of all, we have to speak. We have to start from something. And as we start with simple sentences, as we start with very common sentences, routine sentences, I'm sure we can speak. One more question is there. Whenever we want to start, very first, we hesitate to start by giving the reasons. If I commit the mistake, what will happen? People will laugh on me. They will laugh at me. But one thing remember, without starting, there is no beginning. Without beginning, there is not improvement. So from somewhere, we have to begin. From somewhere, we have to start. And from somewhere, we are going to continue it. One more question we raise whenever the question comes of speaking English. That is, nobody is around us to speak with us. But remember, everybody is around you to speak with him or her. Only the question is there to take the initiative, to start with that. But only we complain and say, nobody is around us. But do you remember that you have started to speak with somebody? Answer is no. Always we wait that somebody should come, he should speak with me, he should begin, and then I will answer. Then, who comes? Who will speak with you? Nobody. Remember, improvement you want to do. Improvement we want to do. And mostly what we do, we wait for somebody that he or she would come and they will begin. Remember, that will not happen. Nobody will begin because he doesn't want to improve. We want to improve. She doesn't want to improve. I want to improve. So when the question is about the self, when the question is about myself, then how can we expect that somebody should come and start? My dear friends, forget these things and begin from today itself. Start to speak. Begin to speak. And I'm sure if you start to use the words day by day, gradually you will have the mastery on this language. Remember, learning language is one skill, and every skill requires practice. If there is the practice, there is the mastery. Remember, if there is the practice, there is the mastery. If you drive continuously for month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I'm sure you are going to have the mastery on driving. If you swim for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days or for a month, I'm sure you are going to be the master in swimming also. Very simple. If you don't walk for 10 to 15 days and on 16 days, if you go for walking, I'm sure You will find little bit problems with your legs, little bit problems you're walking. Dear friends, walking is our routine, everyday matter. Still we face a lot of problems in walking. If we get the break in walking, then how we can earn, how we can develop one new skill without practicing, without beginning. So why to wait? For what we wait? Are we going to wait for somebody, he or she would come and begin to speak? No. We are going to start from our side. Are we going to keep the complaints about the vocabulary? No. Required vocabulary we have, because you can understand whatever somebody speaks. Then stop it and continue. Are we going to complain about the grammar and the structures? No. Because required grammar and the structures we already learned in school days. Only the problem is there, beginning and the courage to begin. So begin from today and get the mastery on this very important skill, which will really make the difference in the life, in your career, and really it will give you happiness forever. Thank you, my dear friends, for listening me. Thank you.